Tormund Giantsbanes' ridiculous origin story is different in the books The Verge. We use cookies and other tracking technologies to improve your browsing experience on our site, show personalized content and targeted ads, analyze site traffic, and understand where our audience is coming from. To find out more, by choosing I accept, you consent to our use of cookies and other tracking technologies. Spoilers ahead for Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 2, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Tormund Giantsbanes, resident comic relief character, has a weird idea about what counts as a pickup line. In Season 8, in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Tormund asks Brienne, "They call me Giantsbane. Want to know why?" In George Wright Reverend Martin's A Storm. Then, this part of the story resembles the show. Even Jon can see the glaring inconsistency in this tale. He points out that Tormund couldn't have killed the giant, as his name implies, if she remained alive and took care of him. Tormund shrugs off. It's true that there were once giants in the far north, like one who appeared on the show on seasons 5 and 6. And while nicknamed, it's still confusing why he thinks this story will impress Brienne or anyone else present. His inclination, I say, he's going to bite it in the next one. Thank you. It has been a fun journey. A lot of characters are going to die in the next episode. It's 82 minutes long, and probably a main character will die too. He's the only developed wildling character that's still alive. He can't die. Ugh.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up.